What's your excuse? Hey Junior YouTube, this is Will from Will Development. This is my 56th weekly update. I'm going to talk and verify what I just said. So this week went great. Yes, it is my 56th. Woohoo, got it right. This week went great. First of all, I apologize for not putting out a video this last week. I'm going to film about 3 or 4 this week. Had some ideas from some new ones, had some footage I had to gather, stuff like that. It was a busy week this week, let's just put it that way. But I promise you I'm coming up with more videos to put out and all that good stuff. So bear with me if you care. Even if you don't, bear with me. So this week went well. I averaged weight around 164, and I know what you're thinking. If you follow, you know last week I was only 161, and this week I'm up 3 pounds. Still hovering at right around 8% body fat. I've begun eating a shit ton more. Basically just eating almost anything I want within reason. I still eat pretty bro, mainly just chicken and rice, but every once in a while I treat myself to, candy or that sort of thing. Just for the extra calories. I didn't want to go up in weight that fast, so I've actually dialed back quite a bit. And I've switched out some of my protein source from straight chicken and rice. I've added eggs. I went from doing about 5 ounces of chicken to 4 ounces per meal, and instead I do an egg instead of that other ounce, so 4 eggs a day, that sort of thing. I usually end up eating them first thing in the morning with my Greek yogurt and oatmeal, which I guess in a way is almost a parfait, but it's not. And parfait sounds really stupid, so actually I love parfaits, they're delicious. It's fucking yogurt with like fruit and shit. What else do you want? So anyway, weight went well, and like you just heard, body fat still hovering right around 8%, so didn't gain much fat. It's basically last week I was averaging like 7.6, this week I'm averaging like 7.8, almost 7.9, so I did gain a little bit of fat, and it's the precision I'm giving you doesn't come from the tool I'm using, being precise. I'm just using the little pinch calipers. And they are not the most precise way to measure your body fat at all. But when you take a measurement every single day, it gives you, I come up with a different one every day. So, 7.8 for 3 days and then 8 for 2 days averages out to like 7.999 something, That's not what it was, but just as an example, when you average things, it gets you more precise. That's just how it works. And workouts this week went good. Deadlifts are fucking back on point, baby. I told you I'd hit it hard. I hit it strong this week. I did pull 275 for 2, actually 1, and then when I went to pull the second one, I got stuck halfway up my shins, which is the first time I have ever in my life gotten stuck on a deadlift pull. It wasn't embarrassing, mainly because I was alone, and then obviously I'm telling you about it, so I'm not embarrassed about it, because it reminded me that every once in a while you have to fail. Because now next week I'm going to come in and I'm going to pull 280. And I'm going to pull it. No problem. But my hamstrings are still sore from Monday. I hit them really hard. My deadlifts used to be really good and then they got weak, so to speak, just from lack of training and stuff like that, and the fact that I loosened up all my hamstring muscles more, that way I could have better sports performance, or I guess I should say more of a athletic ability. I like the idea of being able to bend over and touch my toes without having to bend my knees like holy hell. So there's that. Bench press, I went up. I'm not going up in weight. What I'm doing is I'm just using the weight for the challenge, which is 155. And I'm just trying to basically, I want to get to 40. I want to show up contest day being able to do 40 reps at 155. If I do more, that would be amazing. But I want to do 40 because I figure if anybody trains harder to be able to do more than 40 of that weight, then they worked harder than me. But I don't want to think that I didn't work hard. So I'm going to try to get to 40. I'm going to be at 40 by the time I get to the contest. Last week I did, basically what I'm doing is trying to limit the amount of sets I have to do to get to 40. 40 is my total for the workout, so last week it took me 4 sets, this week it took me 3 sets. I anticipate next week will still take me 3 sets to get there. But what I'm trying to do is I want to make it so like the first set is something like 25 next week. That's what I'm aiming for, is 25. And then the second set will be something like 10, and then the last one will be 5. Something along those lines. If I can crank out 25 and then 15 right after that, you know, what I do is I take about a minute and a half rest in between those sets. And yeah, I mean, I still have about a month to get there, so that's 4 weeks. Potentially I could definitely get there. Deadlift, I think I want my max to be 315. If I can get to 315 by contest day, I'll be happy. It's not a crazy number, but for somebody in my body weight, it's a good number. Farmer's walks, I stuck with 128 again this week, like I said I would. I had some balls at first. I was like, I'll put 138 on there. I said, fuck it, I'm just doing 128. Just stick with 128 and crank it through. And it was a good thing I did. It's a little more humid today than it was last week, so I just felt a little bit off. But I did go up to 4 gallons on the barrel carries and cranked that shit out nice and good. And clean and press, I'm up to 135 for 2 reps. Little rough. What usually ends up happening is once I come here, I have to swing like a motherfucker. But I get it here. I almost roll it up my chest, honestly, because I was burned out after the little warm-up I did. I'm a little off today, I'll be honest. And I got here, and then I kind of went real deep and pushed, and I got stuck here. But luckily, my triceps are pretty strong considering, so I just kind of did that and powered through, basically. Contest day, form is going to go pretty much out the window. I have no problem fucking leaning to here and basically benching it up and then standing straight up. No problem doing that contest day. When I'm in the gym, I kind of try to focus on form to an extent, unless I'm trying to hit an absolutely crazy PR. That's about it. You know, look forward to some new videos next week. I got some pretty cool stuff. I have a new resource I wanted to share with everybody. You know, I promised I'd stop doing shameless plugging, but one of the things I wanted to get to by the end of this year was to get to 15 likes on my Facebook page, which sounds like mediocre, and in the end it kind of is, but if you watch my videos, if you could just do me a favor and maybe just share whatever your favorite video is from me. Just share with all your friends, you know, ask them to give the page a like, check it out, you know, send people to me. I'm not training anybody right now. I actually had a few friends who wanted to train with me, and I told them I can't because I'm in contest prep mode and I can't think about anything but hitting that shit hard, hitting it fast, you know what I mean? So, you know, tell them I do train people, but I'm not training right now. After November, I will be training again. Basically that week after the contest is over, that's going to be Thanksgiving, so let's just say the end of November, the last week, I'll start training people again if anybody's down. But please, share my shit, you know, try to get me some more exposure if you like what I have to say. If I've inspired you in any way, you know, anything like that. Just, you know, do me a favor. And if you don't want to, or you don't feel you need to, then at least tell me what's your excuse.